Okay, so hey guys, and today we are reviewing Pokemon XY. I will review XYZ in a separate video, and I know I told that the reviews will be region wise and not season wise, but I love the Kalos seasons way more than the other seasons and have much more to talk about them. So yeah, extra love for Kalos. And I also know that Kalos Quest is also a season, apparently, but I don't think it really counts. So yeah, I will just review XY and XYZ. So let's begin the review. Okay, so first let's talk about Mega Evolution in the anime. I really like how it is introduced as such a mysterious thing because that just instantly makes you interested in learning more about Mega Evolution. Professor Sycamore is my personal favorite professor in the anime. Yeah, I like him more than Professor Oak because being iconic doesn't make you the best professor, and I also like him more than Professor Kukui because having more screen time doesn't make you the best professor either. My favorite non-legendary Mega Evolution that was introduced in X and Y is Shiny Mega Gengar, while the legendary one that was introduced in X and Y is Mega Mewtwo Y. My favorite non-legendary Mega Evolution that was introduced in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is Mega Steelix, while the legendary one that was introduced in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is of course Shiny Mega Rayquaza. Okay, so let's talk about the companions of this region. Serena is just the best companion, and I was so surprised by how much character development she was getting. I liked how she never gives up, and even after failing in one of the Pokemon contests that she worked so hard for, she again decided to participate to accomplish her goal. I also loved the ending to her character in XYZ because that was the best character arc in the history of the Pokemon anime. I loved the ending to her character, and overall she was just great. Clement is also there, but honestly, I prefer Siren over him. I know that his gadgets are fun and all, and the gym battle with him was amazing, but as a companion, he's not that great. I would say that he's as good as Brock, but not as good as Silent. I miss Silent's connoisseur stuff. Bonnie is basically Max done right. However, Dedenne was there to fill in that annoying role because it was just so annoying. I wish Dedenne was never a part of this anime. Okay, so now let's talk about Ash's Pokemons in Kalos. Talonflame was great, Halucha was nice, Noibat was cute, and Norvern was cool. Gudra was awesome but basically another version of Bayleaf. Greninja was okay, but Ash Greninja was awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the rivals. Sawyer was great, but I liked his Pokemons more than him, which is not necessarily a good thing since a rival should be able to shine on their own and should not depend on their cool Pokemon to look intimidating. However, I will have to accept that he's the first friendly rival done right. Now, many people say that Alan is a friendly rival too, but I don't think so. He doesn't seem to care about anything but battles for most of the time, so I don't think that makes him friendly. How Sawyer and even Gladion can be counted as friendly rivals but not Alan. Okay, so I hated how they made Team Rocket devolve into the joke they once were. I wish they still had the Unova persona in XY and XYZ because the mature persona would go well along with the maturity of XY and XYZ. I really don't understand why they devolved Team Rocket. Speaking of maturity, let's talk about the mature version of Ash Ketchum. I love the character dynamic between Ash and Serena anyways, but Ash was great even on his own. And I'm just talking about XY Ash, by the way, because in XYZ he was not just great but excellent with his Ash Greninja thing. Okay, so let's talk about the animation and art style. This art style is probably the best art style for Pokemon. I guess they just spoiled us with this amazing art style so that they could devastate us with the monstrosity that is the awful Sun and Moon art style. The animation is also amazing, but it really gets to shine in XYZ since the animation just goes all out with the battles in XYZ and not XY. A huge step up from Black and White's animation and a great response to those who say that Pokemon has garbage animation. Rating 9 out of 10. Best battle Ash vs Olympia. Okay, so yeah guys, and that was it for the video, and I will talk about the Pokemon League, the Ash Greninja bond and more in my XYZ review, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share and of course subscribe, and so yeah guys, bye!